How's it going, guys? My name is Braden Friedel. I am the Director of Growth here at the Baird Group with LPT Realty, and today I have Omar Gonzalez here with me. He's one of our top agents. Just recently was number one agent of the quarter for last quarter. How's it going, man?
Good, good, man. Thank you for having me. How are you?
I'm doing good. So the purpose of these videos is kind of just to give the viewers a little more insight into the team, who we are, and who our agents are, right? And I think it's one thing to know who we are as a team, but a whole other thing to see why the agents got into the business and what makes you guys, ultimately for somebody like yourself, one of the top agents here on the team.
Yeah.
So getting started, what kind of got you into real estate? And what was the main, that main pull that made you make that decision?
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't know if you know this, but when I first started real estate, I got my license 2020, a little bit before COVID hit. Didn't really do much.
Yeah.
I was a solo agent. Didn't know what to do or where to start. So didn't really do much real estate. And then, started working with my dad. Did install the windows, and from there I was like, no man, I need financial freedom.
Yeah.
I was like, let me find a team that's gonna support me and what I like to do and what I love to do is helping families. So, finding a team like the Baird Group has been amazing. The support here has
Yeah.
been great. So, I'm super grateful to be here.
Nice. I think something that I find that stands out about you is just like your attitude. You have a great attitude. You always have a smile on your face. You show up, right? I interviewed Chris Martin and I told her, I said, you guys are the first ones like at the office. I don't know what time you guys get here. You beat me here. But what does like scheduling and having just that, kind of time blocks and things put in place, how does that help your business and not only your business but just your day-to-day life?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good question. So, honestly, we have two kids. So they're 5 and 3, and it's a lot to take them to school, get them ready, and just having that set schedule of like, okay, we're gonna get the kids ready at 7:30, 7, take
Yeah.
them in to daycare 7:45, and just having that same routine over and over again. It's really helpful because it's you do it in the business as well. So it's like you have your time blocks of follow up. You show at a certain time. You have like a time block for appointments, and it's like just having that routine is it's so helpful in building that business that you want.
Yeah. And one thing you guys do really well is I know you time block for it is your prospecting, right?
Hmm.
You have your doors shut, I see you guys making your calls. How important has prospecting been for your business? Because I think that's probably the one area people struggle the most is
Yeah.
they start getting busy, they start, closing some transactions and then they let the prospecting aspect kind of fall off. You're very consistent with it. So how do you stay consistent? And then how has that really helped your business?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, like you said, right, come in here 9 o'clock, prospect nine to like 11, and honestly, just prospecting is it's helpful because you a lot of people are like, oh, well, you're closing 4 deals in a month. How are you doing it? And they don't see what it took to get all those deals lined up, and it might have took 6 months before all
Yeah.
those clients actually were ready to buy. And I think that's like the number one thing I do suggest is prospect because you won't have you won't make a call and someone's gonna answer like I want to buy this house right
Yeah.
now. Occasionally, yeah, you're gonna have that, but for the most part, it's a lot of follow up to do and just finding new business and just working your way up to closing deals.
Yeah. What is like a successful day of prospecting look like to you? Like what do you track? Is it numbers, conversations? What does that look like for you?
Yeah, so for me, it's conversations, appointments, and not so much calls because I can make 200 calls and no one answer, and to me that's like I came in here and did nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for me, is tracking appointments. I at least want to have 1 or 2 appointments a day, either that be a seller appointment or a buyer appointment, or even just like a showing, and then it has to be a new client. It can't be someone that I've been talking to for a while and I'm sitting there showing up for the weekend.
Yeah.
It has to be a new client, and that's like an everyday thing. If I don't come in and make an appointment with a new client, I didn't come in and do what I have to do.
Yeah. So you kind of touched on it a little bit. Is you were at another brokerage and
Mhm.
didn't have much success. What was the change that you made to go from not having success to now being, one of our top agents here at the Baird Group?
Yeah, I honestly I said it at the beginning is having the support having that structural to like having that structural to let me know like what I need to do, what next steps I need to do. Because back then when I first started, like I said, I never knew I had a prospect to get business.
Yeah.
And when I first joined, it was like, oh, you have to call all these leads in the system, and I'm like, okay, well, what am I supposed to say? And honestly, here they provide everything for you.
Yeah.
So when I first started, it was just call, and I mean, yeah, of course, I didn't see any results from the first 3 months, but then once I started getting the hang of it and the scripts and everything, it was just like a snowball effect, and I haven't had a bad
Yeah.
month since. So
Well, and I think too, right, with prospecting, there's an art to it, right? And prospecting can look so many different ways for people. It can be making phone calls, social media engagement, like whatever it is for different agents, right? Because there's so many different avenues you can go down for prospecting. Yours just happens to be the phone. How, like, was it the repetitions that you were doing day in and day out that got you to that point where you just got the hang of it, or was it like, was there coaching involved? What did that look like for you?
yeah, so it was repetition, being consistent, a lot of no's. Took a lot of no's for me to get
Yeah.
that one yes. And you just have to put in your head that not every call you make is going to turn into an appointment or to a new client, and just powering through the prospecting days where people are saying, no, I don't want to buy, no, I don't want to sell, and just power housing it and just saying, okay, well, move on to the next one and find that client that's going to say yes to you.
Yeah, well, and too with real estate, no is just part of the game, and a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times it is, like you said, when you're making those calls, people aren't ready to buy right in that second. Like maybe there's a few people who get on there like, yes, I'm pre-approved. I
Yeah.
was waiting for this call, right? But that's like very far and few between. What does your follow up kind of look like? And you don't have to go into like extreme detail,
Mm-hmm.
but I think follow up is something a lot of people struggle with, and a lot of people unfortunately let business fall through the cracks. And I
Yeah.
think you're someone who's really good at following up. What does that look like for you?
Yeah, so obviously a lot of people think follow up is just like, hey, how's it going? Wanted to check in on you. That's not really a follow up. Anybody can go out there and say, hey, how's it
Yeah.
going? No, follow up for me is like, hey, have some valuable information. I found this house that you matches your criteria that you were telling me. Let's go out there and take a look at it. So
Yeah.
providing that value to them is what my follow up looks like.
Nice. Yeah, because I think, like you just said, anybody can text, hey, how's it going? How
Yeah.
have you been? What's going on, right? But
Yeah.
if you can provide value that is engaging to them, they're going to engage with you, right?
Yeah.
Especially if it's, like you said, I love it. You send them a house, fits the criteria, let's go see it. Not just, hey, what do you think of this house, right?
Yeah.
You're forcing them to engage with you, right?
Exactly.
So nice. So with the success that you've had, especially, I've been here in this position now for about a year, and you've somebody who I feel like has just continued to like keep growing and keep
Mhm.
doing better and better and better and better. What kind of goals do you have set for yourself to achieve by the end of the year?
Yeah, so I set a big goal actually. I'm sure you know this, but last year I hit 18
Yep.
transactions, and I something that Michael and like all the coaches that have told me is like if you don't dream big enough, you're never gonna reach it.
Yeah.
So this year I set a goal of 30. Long way to go, but I think that if you set a goal big enough, you'll do anything possible to at
Yeah.
least try to reach it or get close to reaching it.
Yeah. Well, what was that one month you had, what, like 10 under contracts or something like that?
Yeah, I believe it was eight under
Eight under
contract.
contracts.
The most I've ever had, honestly, and it's been second year here, and it was it was stressful because at the time we didn't we had a transaction coordinator, but I wasn't didn't know how to like utilize her as
Yeah.
much. But it was fun time.
Yeah. Well, and I remember it very well because we were having that competition where you like had to go under contract to get
Yeah.
checked off. And I remember telling you like, hey, like, what are you doing? You still aren't checked off. You're still not checked off. And you had just a great attitude. And you're like, I feel it coming. I feel it coming. And then literally like 2 weeks go by and you're like, yeah, I have like 8 deals under contract. And I was like, where did
Yeah.
that business come
Yeah.
from? But I mean, that's just like goes to show, right? When you're consistent and you have the great attitude, like things just kind of fall into place as
Yeah.
you do it.
No, absolutely, you're right. It
Yeah.
does.
So I like to end these kind of agent profiles with, you just kind of set your goals for what you want to do for the end of the year.
Mhm.
For any client or, potential buyer, seller who's going to watch this, what would you like to share with them about yourself that you think helps you stand out from other agents? And then how do you see the real estate market playing out in the next like 12 to 24 months? I know we don't have a crystal ball,
Yeah.
but
No, absolutely. So, I mean, for future buyers and sellers, honestly, I'm full-time agent. Not a lot of people can say that. I forget the stats on it, but most agents fall out within the year or two. This is my second year, and I'm still going strong.
yep.
So yeah, I mean, I look out for people's interest. I'm not just here to get a paycheck. I'm here for
Yeah.
the long term. So I mean, if they're looking to buy or sell, I'm your guy.
Ah, I love that. Okay. And yeah, okay, so then where's the market going? Because
Yeah.
I think people always say, "Oh, I'm waiting for this, I'm waiting for that." With your expertise, and you're somebody who is actively transacting in this business full time, and the stat you're looking for is 80%
Yeah.
of
Okay.
agents drop out of the business in their first 2 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
yeah, 80% for people watching. 80% of new agents who get into the real estate industry, they drop out within their first 2 years, and those are stats provided by the NAR.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you need a full-time agent that's not going to drop out.
Yeah, yeah, there you go, right? Get you to the finish line.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, now what do you think is your outlook for the next 12 to 24 months of the market?
Yeah, absolutely. So, like you said yourself, we don't have a crystal ball, and I always like to say that it's not you timing the market, but it's whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
And I always like to say that because you can be in the position where you need to sell and you need something bigger for your family, as where let's say me, I don't need to sell. I can just wait here and wait it out. So it's not about timing the market, and it's not like what the market's gonna do in the next 24 months or the next year. It's whenever you're ready is when the market's gonna be ready for you.
Nice. I really like that. Well, if you're looking for an agent, you reach out to Omar, plug your information
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah, absolutely. My phone number is 720-782-5235.
All right, awesome. If you guys are looking to buy or sell, reach out to Omar, and we'll be back with another agent profile.
Awesome. Thanks.